And so she came, he had a ball, he played a lot of ball. And so she came over when he had a tournament once, and I didn't say that, and she came in and out. And that night he asked me how Shelly was doing. Well, whatever. I don't think she'll care if you mention that name. She'll probably love it.
She'll love it.
But and I said, "What are you talking about? I don't talk to her." And he goes, and walked away. And then that night he was crazy, like out of control, and he left. He cheated on me all the time. I would get emails, calls. Women would show up at the house telling me how wonderful my husband was last night.
Oh my
Stuff like
God.
that. Mm-hmm.
No
Very much.
way.
Oh yeah. And he'd always denied it,
Tiffany.
and I was crazy. I was the
Or he
crazy
tried
one.
to make you the crazy one.
Right. I mean, I can't even explain it to you
That
because
is so sick.
I would drive myself mad because
Well, yeah, it would.
they would leave me notes in my, like, back then I used to do fake fingernails, you know,
yeah.
people did.
Yep.
And I would have notes in there, you know, that they were there sleeping with him. Yeah, all the time.
Oh
This
my
one
God.
woman in particular, he was actually with her when we got together, but they weren't together. He lied. I didn't know they were together.
Was he taking?
He was going back and forth.
Was he taking money from these women?
Yes, money, drugs,
Money and getting money and drugs. Were
stealing
they
from him,
turning
robbing
tricks?
him. I don't know.
In other words, were they making money for him?
Maybe.
In other words, he might have been some high-fluting pimp. My worst kind of man.
Right.
Oh,
I don't know if he was that smart because he was just
wasn't.
broke. But he did, you know, the drugs.
Wasn't that evil then?
Right.
Because pimps aren't smart; they're evil.
I think he just slept with them because he could. They were very.
Good.
They were missing teeth and like one of them I called. She looked like a skeleton. You know, I felt, you know.
Oh, she was on drugs.
But then that really put a self-confidence, you know, thing on me. Then I have issues. Now I have issues. And, you know, I thought, how could you sleep with that
And be with me.
and be with me? Like, what? Oh, my gosh, I must be trash.
Yeah.
I went through that
He's
for-
trash.
Yeah.
He was the trash.
So anyway, through said and done, I got pregnant with my now 3-year-old.
Okay.
And I thought, now what? Now I'm doomed because this man is going to control my life for the rest of my life.
So what
So-
happened?
He took off one night. I was probably 8 months pregnant. And he didn't come home for 3 days. I didn't have food. I had nothing. I was stuck there. I didn't have a phone. I didn't
my
know what
God.
to do. I had to go to the neighbors and ask them for, you know, if they had something or whatever. Just looking like a complete idiot. And everybody knew about the abuse and
Oh,
stuff, but
honey.
everybody was so afraid of him. Like nobody wanted to get involved in his business. Finally, it was the 3rd day, and it was probably 90 degrees out. I think it was in August. I can't remember, but I was done. I tried calling my mom for help, and she said something stupid to me about my other son about now she's accusing him of drinking or just whatever. And at that point, I broke. I
Yep.
lost it. I
Yep.
went through a psychosis,
Yep.
and I OD'd.
Yep.
I didn't-
And you
I
ended up in
didn't-
the hospital?
I did.
hope.
I did. I didn't want to bring my son into that.
No,
because
I
I
know you
knew
didn't.
that this is what it was going to be.
Yeah.
I tried leaving, and he would stalk and harass the people I would go to. I could never. I was
Honey,
never
that was
free.
that was like a being in prison.
I was in
Like
prison.
being a slave to them.
Right.
Him.
So,
Slaves are treated better sometimes.
yes, they are. Yes,
You know?
they are. And I did everything for him. So when I had antipsychotic meds, and I took them, and I drank a bottle of mouthwash,
Yeah.
and I was done. And just as I was
Poor baby.
out, he finally walked in the door. And he saw me sleeping. He thought he was going to sneak in and sneak out. Then he saw the mouthwash on the counter and the pill bottle empty. And he tried waking me, and I wouldn't come to.
So he did save your life,
He did save my life.
whether you knew it or not. The creep.
Yeah, and so he called 911, and when the ambulance got there, and he said, before you revive her, I need to leave. Because if she sees me,
Oh my.
she's going to come at me.
Oh my God.
And they did. I had thrown up, and I had to drink that tar, and
Oh God.
I was in psychological hell. I didn't know, I did. At that point, I wanted to die.
Oh, honey, of course you did.
And then I got,
And I don't blame
I
you.
got for so long that, what an evil person I am, because I tried to kill my son.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Then
yeah.
I mean,
they
these
put
are the
that
things that
on
he's
ya.
thrown at me. Yeah, had me committed in a psych ward twice.
Did they?
They
Your
committed
family?
me. Adam had, or whatever,
that
my
guy.
abuser,
Yeah.
had me committed twice. I mean, to the point where I couldn't even get out. They had me on a stay, and I had to go to
honey,
court to get
no
out.
way.
Yes.
Oh, no.
And like I didn't know what to do. Finally, after I had my son, and I got the final email from this woman stating that when I was in the hospital, she was at my house sleeping with him. That was it. I was done. So I had a plan.
Oh, my God.
Because we have plans. We may be, you know,
Yeah.
whatever, but eventually we're going to break.
Yep.
And it's time.
That's right.
And it was time for me to be done.
That's right.
So I planned it. I knew when he was going to be gone. I knew this and that. I had the vehicle.
Yeah,
I
you
had
got to
this,
make
I had
sure
that.
you plan it all out. That's what they say when
Right.
you're wanting to get away.
You got to be
plan it.
super extra nice and, you know,
Yep.
not let him think anything.
Nope. That's
And he
right.
was higher than a kite that night. I thought, this is
This
perfect.
is perfect.
Because he's going to be off doing his thing.
Off in his world.
So I got my first load out into my storage. A good friend of mine has always been there 100% for me. I call him my BFFG. And as I was coming back, he got home.
Oops.
Everything's locked. He's changed the locks. I can't get in. And I have all my son's formula, everything. And I thought, you know, he is not going to do this to me again. I live there. I want my stuff.
Right.
So I called the cops.
Good for you. And
But
they
there's
helped you.
nothing they could do because
What?
it was in his dad's name. So, and his dad didn't want any trouble. His dad said this, I'll be home tomorrow and we can go get her stuff. And I said, no, because it's not going to be there.
No, it's not
He is going to take it and burn it.
He'll burn it. Yeah,
I
that's
need
what Johnny
to get
did
in
my
there.
stuff. He burned all my.
He eventually did. Everything. All my kids.
Johnny burned all my.
You know,
my pictures.
my oldest kids' baby pictures,
Me
baby
too.
books, mine,
too.
everything gone. And
Me too.
at this point,
Give me 5. I know just what you feel like.
So at this point, I'm
So-
like, I'm not going to do this. I am getting in that house, and the cop even said to me, you live there, it's your address. There's nothing they can do if you break down the door. And I said, okay, I'm breaking
Well,
down
that's
the
right.
door.
I mean, it's your
So
door
as I'm
too.
trying to break down the door, I mean, he is a typical tweaker. He's got a camera set up, but the camera's set right on me.
Oh,
It doesn't show. It
no.
shows him in the beginning with the bat, taunting it, but that's it. And as I'm trying to get through, he was literally beating me to stay out of that house. And I was coming in. I'm like, I am coming in. I don't care if you kill me.
You good right.
Because
That's right.
I am getting my son's formula. I have no money.
By this
I'm
time,
not,
yeah,
I'm done.
You're done. Oh yeah.
Next thing you know, out comes the bat. And then I'm like, oh, what are you gonna kill me with the bat?
Yeah.
Go ahead,
Yeah, you
because
would.
I'm done.
Yeah.
And then it shows it. You can literally see him abusing me, but you never see him once hit me with the bat. But you can hear me screaming. You know.
Oh my God.
And
Tiffany.
so-
You're kidding.
Nope. So then I was like, either I'm going to just get in and this man's going to kill me, or I'm just going to cut it as my loss and be done. And that's
Yeah.
what I had to do. I left and I walked away. And as I'm walking down the street to go where my son is, people were outside watching. But
Good.
nobody said nothing
Nobody said nothing.
because they didn't want to be involved with
Did they
this
say
man
I'll buy you
'cause he's
some
crazy.
formula?
No, I went back to where my son was. She looked at me and she said, my God. And she called 911. So then they finally went in there, broke down the door, and got him.
Oh good. Oh good.
Yeah.
Thank God.
So that is, at that point,
So
I
did he
had
go
no
to
idea.
jail for beating you? I hope.
He did. He did some time. He did get charged with second-degree assault,
Assault.
with
Deadly weapon.
second-degree whatever, with
Yeah.
intent to kill or harm
Yeah.
with a deadly weapon. But he had that video. And so in the video, it never shows him hitting me with the bat.
But it's obvious that he hit you because you screamed.
But the charge is with a deadly weapon, and that's honest to God. And they
You've
dropped
gotta
it.
be kidding.
No,
You've gotta be.
it
See
went
what I
for
mean?
the
What's
first
wrong
year.
with these courts that they side with these abusers?
This is so when I finally I found out about the refuge, they came and took me in, and I've never heard of OFPs. I've never heard of harassment orders. I didn't know what I was going to do, and he was coming at me. He's going to get full custody. I'm crazy. I've been in psych wards. I'm on drugs. I tried killing my son. I mean, I
No.
thought he was going to win
yeah.
because that's how
would
powerful he
think.
is.
Yeah.
He makes you think that he's got all power.
Oh yeah.
And oh my gosh, I was a mess. I was an absolute mess.
Oh, my
So eventually it got dropped because it kept going from calendar to calendar. And the charge with the video, you know, if it was a domestic abuse or whatever, guilty. But it doesn't show the bat. And that's how he got off. And he knew it.
My God. I hate that.
So
That's
then-
just not, it's just not right.
I was still at the shelter,
It's
and
just not right.
it's not right. And like I said, I went through hell for a year.
It's so wrong.
I remember going into court. I had to take medication because I
yeah.
would have panic attacks, and
Sure.
I couldn't even look at him. I was so afraid of him at that point.
Oh, yeah, you were frightened to death.
I didn't, and then I even went back to him for a moment because I thought, this was before the bad incident
Yeah,
for a couple of months
okay.
because I thought he had the
Could
power,
make it-
like he's
make it
right.
better.
I am crazy. They could take my son away from me, and that's why I have to be with him
Oh, I see.
and be under his whatever.
Oh, I see. Under his wing.
Right.
So you might lose your child otherwise.
I thought he was
But
right. I
then
thought
after
they were
the
going to
bad
come
thing,
get
you
me.
said, that's it.
He would threaten me with probation. They're coming to get me all the time. Just things that would just make me go
God,
crazy.
But wasn't he crazy too?
He was very crazy.
Wasn't he doing drugs too?
Right. He never admitted it. In his theories, if you never admit it, prove it. Prove it. Prove it.
God.
So
It's also so one-sided, it seems like.
it's always his side. Always. And if you just didn't listen or, say something smart out your mouth, you'd be wearing a mouth guard the rest of your life, Tiffany.
Ah!
Yeah. I mean, I'm not kidding. Man, watch how you talk to me. And, I'm telling you, it's this way, Tiffany. Don't you understand? Just agree. It's this way. No, let me tell you, it's this way. And if you don't agree with me, this, conversation's over. And he'll twist it. And I could be mad at him for something, and he'll twist it around.
It's
and all
like
of a sudden,
your fault.
there he goes. He's off on his motorcycle,
It's those
riding because I pissed him off.
he's a mental. They're like mentalists. They're like people that manipulate
Right.
women,
Right.
per se, women into believing what they want them to believe, and they brainwash them over and over and over. It's like a brainwashing.
I was very brainwashed by
It's
him.
very brainwashing. And that's exactly.
I had no choice.
No,
but
you
to
didn't.
be.
I understand that because I was brainwashed myself at a
Mm-hmm.
young age. So I understand what you mean. But you're trying to survive. You're not thinking, oh, this guy's brainwashing me because it doesn't come into your brain.
And that's where it comes in play. Like,
You know?
people are like, well, if they deserve it because they keep going back, and they deserve.
Yeah,
it.
they always say that. Yeah, we deserve it because we kept going
They
back.
don't really understand what goes on.
No, it's mental.
what-
It's a
yeah.
whole. It's a whole mental. They have a mental hold on you.
Right, they do, and
They act-
especially if you've been diagnosed with mental
with
health or
mental
PTSD
health. Yeah,
or
sure. Oh, yeah.
from the rape,
Post-traumatic
and
stress
I've
disorder.
been,
Well, yeah, you
I'm
have.
unfit.
Yeah, I have post-traumatic stress disorder myself.
Right.
So.
I go through flashbacks and have
Yeah.
moments, and
Yep, I do too.
And
I know you do. I used to, up until like a year ago, I still had flashbacks of my stepdad crawling in my room, crawling up on my bedside when I was a little baby girl.
right,
So I know about the post-traumatic stress disorders. That's part of it. And you got to go years, and we have to find forgiveness. That's one of the top F words out there is forgiveness. That's one of the hardest things that I
It
found
is.
to do was forgive. And I'm not sure that I'm completely there. I'm trying to forgive. I've got to forgive a pimp, a John's, child abuse. Those are a lot of things that's hard to forgive. But you can you've already making a change. You found a Refuge Network.
I did. They found me.
They found you. Tell us about that.
My mom works through the county, and I was just online. I was staying at my cousin's at this point because I finally left. He was in jail. I didn't know what to do, and somebody said something about a shelter, and I had no idea. What's that?
Yeah, what's that?
I don't know what a shelter is. It's for women and children who need a safe place to go. So I found the Refuge Network, and I called them, and they had a bed available. And this was a new place, and absolutely here. And I said, well, what do I have to do to come there? Just tell me where you're at, and we'll come get you.
Isn't that wonderful? Mm-hmm. Did you feel like a new woman the minute you got there almost?
I did.
You were so scared, though, to go, weren't you?
I was.
You didn't know if you could get out of it or if you could go
I
when
had
you
no
wanted.
idea what it was, but I got there with just, whatever, the clothes and this and that. And another
Oh,
craziness happened before I got there, and that could be another episode. But eventually I got my son, and we're both there, and I got my restraining order on him, and he couldn't
Yes.
touch me.
Good.
Yeah. And I mean, that relief was something.
Good.
But then it was the other tortures and the other coming at me. Now, for full custody, and I'm going to get this and that.
Oh,
and,
no.
and so that drove me for a loop, and I actually, I was self-medicating because I didn't know how to get through this. It was,
I know.
how did women pick up everything and just leave everything into a place of unfamiliar?
But
you know what I mean? And
you
then,
have to.
And that's right. You have to. And the refuge did that.
I left everything. Well, I'm not going to say. I left everything behind, too. When I left Vegas, I left everything behind.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. Clothes, diamonds, jewelry, money, everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Car, everything.
And then you're and then you're there, and then you're
And you're
going
starting
through all
over.
this stuff, and you
Yeah.
have other women there that are having their issues also.
Yeah.
With their
Yeah.
kids and this
Yeah.
and that, and you're trying to just remain sane.
Right. You're
to
trying
get
to,
through
yeah.
the courts. I was going to courts 3-4 times a month.
Jeez.
So finally,
Poor
January
baby.
4th it was a year to the day after the abuse. I'm not kidding. The abuse happened January 4th of 2010.
Yep.
January 4th, my attorney filed for a no default hearing. Knew that, because he filed for divorce and got all this stuff came at me. But he didn't do all the proper paperwork and whatever. And being a
Yeah.
tweaker, AKA meth user,
Yep.
we were banking on him forgetting to do the sheets.
Thank God.
And he did. So January 4th, we showed back up to court. He had no idea why we're there. All I could see is just a tunnel vision. And next thing you know, I heard the judge say, well, I'm sorry, Mr. Gothman, but it's no longer whatever, Miss Knight, you may proceed. And then she said whatever that I wanted, which was just full custody of my son and
You
leave.
you just wanted full custody.
Therefore, we grant physical, local, or whatever custody of, whatever my son's name.
Right.
To Miss Tiffany Pearson, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And at that point, I really didn't know what was going on. So then I just looked at my abuser, and he was just sitting there like, what's going on? I thought we were here because she's a mental case, and I'm telling you all this stuff
Oh,
that
well,
she's
you
lying
know
about
what?
and this and that. And he had no idea. Then all of a sudden, it was
That
rage.
you had the network on your
He
side.
just realized that I
Refuge.
just won.
But you had the Refuge Network on your
And
side.
he was even trying to fight them. Yes.
That's
and
what I heard.
And I get up, and I thought, I just better get out of this room. And so
Yeah.
I went in the room, and my attorney said, Tiffany, do you have any idea what just happened? And I said, no, I have no idea.
no.
And she said, you won.
Oh, thank God. Yay!
I won.
Yay! Good for you, strong girl. My God, what a horrible life you had to go through, honey. My God. Oh, honey. This has been so hard.
Yeah, it really has.
It's been just terrifying. Oh, my God. This is just so horrible
But that was
thing
it.
that you went through. But look, you're going to be so much stronger now.
Oh, gosh, yeah,
And
absolutely.
you coming here and speaking out about this, other women out here, if you're like this, get away quick.
Absolutely. And you can, and it's, I mean, if
Tell them. Get away.
get away. Call somebody, call anybody, call the refuge, call
Call the Refuge
211,
Network.
41, or not 411, but the other one.
Yeah, 211.
211.
Yeah, and they'll find you.
They will find you
Safe
a place
house.
to go. Absolutely. And it does get better. I went through 2 years in that shelter, not knowing what was going to come. I have nothing. I have no car. He sold it. I have nothing. But I have full custody of my son, and I
That's
have a
right.
will.
There you go.
And I'm driven. And at this point, I have just survived pretty much what was the most horrifying thing in my life. And I call
Yes.
them, people call them advocates, but these women at the Refuge Network, they're like pit bulls. I'm not even kidding. They will come and they will fight for you.
I know they will.
And they don't want nothing in return.
No.
But just for you to be who you are and
for
move
you to
forward and
be-
realize that you are worth something.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because these guys try to make you feel like you're not worth anything.
Right. And I was so broken when I got there.
Oh,
I was so
you
broken.
were. I was so excited when they brought you over to me, and she said, "Now here's a story that you'll be wanting to have on your show." And I'm
She's so
going,
funny.
"Oh my God, I hope she'll come on my show. Will you come on my show?" You said, "Yes, I will."
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
It's just, and now where I'm at, after all that, I now have my own apartment. I'm
Yeah.
working, I'm managing. I'm a general manager. I'm a felon.
See,
And I run a business right in town.
Right.
I still volunteer at the refuge.
Yeah.
I work at Delwood. I help the young girls and I
Yeah.
speak to them. And so when they think it's cute that their boyfriend changed the password in Facebook, that's not cute. It's control.
It's control. That's right. There you
And-
go. It is control.
Try to help out with the NA meetings, And in all honesty, I want to help everybody, but then help myself. Now I just registered for school. I'm going
good for
back
you.
to school.
Good
Once
for
my loans go through. I
you.
took my test last Tuesday, and I'm going for criminal justice. So I'm going to be a PO because my
Good for
PO
you.
saved my life.
I speak at Criminal Justice Department at Brown
Do you?
College.
I love it.
Yes. Are you
And
going to
I'm
go to
gonna
Brown
do-
College?
I'm going to go to whatever college they put me
Brown
in.
College is well.
I'm going to go online because I have.
Yeah, you have responsibilities
yes.
to take care of your baby.
But
How many children now?
I have 3.
You have 3.
I had 4, but I had
know.
3.
But she's doing
She's
fine.
in a good.
And
Yeah,
she's in a
she
good
is.
place.
She is now 6.
Oh, good.
So,
Yeah, good.
And I'm in such a better place. And it's just, when you think that it's not going to be, you're not going to make it. I didn't think I was going to make it.
No,
I thought
you
I'm a
don't.
felon. I don't have this. I don't even have money to get a. How am I supposed to get a house if I don't have money?
Or apartment.
I don't have a job. How am I supposed to get a job without a car?
Well, yeah,
Where am I supposed
yeah.
to go?
Yeah, where are you supposed to go? What are
And
you
it
supposed
just
to do?
all just kind of came together eventually, and because you just got to believe, and I believed, and I just
As long as
focused.
you believe. You know, I think a lot of times, if I'm not a preachy, like I say, I'm not a preachy woman. But without God, I don't think I'd have made it.
Oh,
I don't know
absolutely.
about you.
Absolutely.
Oh, I don't think we'd have made it.
Right.
Kept saying, please, God, just get me through this.
Right.
Right? Am I right?
And forgive me
Ooh,
and
forgive
help me.
and help me. Yeah.
How do I do this? Like,
Yeah.
refocus me. How do I?
Yeah.
You know,
refocus me.
If somebody, one more person says something, smart to me, I'm gonna
flip.
right. And when you talk bad things, it just makes me want to succeed even more because.
Yeah, that's exactly that's how it was with me. It just made me, what don't kill you makes you stronger.
Right. I have not dated. I wanted to honor myself some time to, take time for myself. And
Good. Yeah.
yeah,
You
so
need
I
to
gave
find
myself a
you.
year,
Yeah.
and it's been well over a year.
Oh, good.
So, and
Are you dating any?
you know what? I went on my first date actually Saturday.
Oh, good.
It was fun. We had a lot of fun.
Oh, did you have fun? Good.
Yeah, but I didn't.
Good.
I have not. No, I just.
What,
I can't.
It's not necessary.
I don't have what it takes to give somebody right now.
Not now. No.
It's- yeah.
You're just healing and getting all better and
Right.
finding out who you are.
Right.
And
Still
and
lots
having
of things
fun
to
with your
get
child
figured out
and your son.
Yes.
And
And they need to see mom.
They need
okay.
to see mom. Okay. And before you bring another guy in,
Absolutely.
it's kind of hard to bring him into anything. With
And
the
that was
children
another
at
thing.
first.
I've always been so codependent. I've always had men.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah, I
always
know.
leaned on them.
Yep.
So once the men come out, it just leaves room to the big man.
That's right.
So-
That's right. That's right.
all I need.
That's what I think too. God love you. Thank you for coming out today.
Absolutely. Thank you for letting me share my story.
Boy, I tell you, I hope you come back.
I would. I would
keep
love
in
to.
touch and tell me how you're doing and
Mm-hmm.
how you're progressing. And I know you're going to.
But I
I'm
just
so
wanted
happy
to
for
also
you.
say that I 100% would not be here. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Without the people that support the Refuge Network,
Refuge Network.
they
yep.
saved my life.
Yeah,
Literally.
They did.
They
really
did, and they didn't give up on me when they should have. There were times that I should have been probably put out, and they didn't. And
Oh, no.
I remember waking up in the morning going, "Oh my gosh, the head honcho's car's out there. Here we go." But they didn't want to give up on me because they knew, they knew that
They knew what a good little person inside there is in
Right.
there. One is trying to get out.
I was just trying to get
Just
out.
trying to get out.
Right,
It was like a war trying to get out for you.
right. I was on a
you-
boat in the
yeah,
sea and the
it's like-
waves and the
yeah.
waves, and it's never really calm.
No, it's never
And
calm.
it's kind of calm. It's still kind of crazy, but
but it's calmer now.
it's yeah.
You
It's
feel calmer.
mine. That's my ship now. I run it.
See, that's the best part. Mm-hmm. That's the best part that could have happened to you is you found
And
them.
nobody can say nothing to me.
No.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah, no.
'cause
And nobody would ever know by looking at you or talking to you that all those horrifying, horrible experiences happened because you're a fine-looking lady, classy lady. You have a nice place to live, and you got a shop of your own.
thank you.
I mean,
Right.
you did it. You did it good.
I did it good.
Yes, you're
with
successful
them, with the
now.
Refuge. Yeah. My
Gives me
motto
chills.
is, I'm really messing up my napkin here. Is my theory is, and I've even posted it, is
Yeah.
if it doesn't apply, you just let that
Slide,
fly.
apply, slide.
Right.
Let it slide.
That's right.
That's the best way to do it.
And complaining is remaining. So,
How's that say?
complaining is remaining. I don't want to be stuck no more.
No,
I don't live that victim role anymore.
victim role. No, that's true. That's a good idea.
Like you said in the beginning, the F word, the forgiveness.
Goodness.
I've learned how to forgive. It took me a long time to do it, but I
Don't
didn't.
it feel better?
It feels, yeah,
Ooh,
it
inside.
does.
It's like you can take a breath. Mm-hmm. It's like I can breathe.
Right. My mom,
you, God, I
I've
can
learned to
breathe.
forgive my brother. I've learned to,
Good.
try to
Good.
understand where they are and what was in their minds, and
yeah.
just trying to, not
Pieced it all together, not
Right.
not completely maybe, but
my biological dad. I actually call him. He's no longer sperm donor.
Yeah,
I used to
good.
call him sperm donor.
okay, good. That's good.
Sorry, Dad.
Oh, that's okay. He understands.
So yeah,
Dads and moms, they understand. And you've come through a heart-wrenching experience, and I'm so privileged and honored to have you come on my show.
oh, thank you.
Because I love to talk to women like you that have come above it. They were down here and just graveling and fishing for how to come out of it.
Oh, and I was graveling.
Now you're up out of it. Mm-hmm. Now you're on top.
Right, and everybody has a story,
Everybody does. Yep.
Mine may not be more horrific than, whoever's listening out there.
Yeah, that's true.
It doesn't matter. Abuse is abuse, and,
Yes, abuse is abuse, and don't take any abuse from
absolutely
anyone.
not.
Man, woman, or child.
Mm-mm.
So God
The
love
men,
you.
too.
And you men, too. Don't take abuse
Right.
either. No. I'm trying to get a bunch of men to stand up against women.
I would
And
love to
it's-
open a shelter for them.
I want to have men start standing up for abuse of women. I want them to stop the violence. With
Right.
the men to march. Big march. I can just see it on my head. I see it.
Oh, wouldn't that be something?
Thousands of men marching. Stop the violence. Stop the violence. Stop beating women. Stop being abusive to women.
Oh, that would be
Treat us
amazing.
like your mothers.
The Refuge actually goes and speaks to the jail, to men about it.
Yeah, that's what I want to go. I want to speak to the men in the jail. I go to women's prisons
Do you?
and speak to them. A lot of women in jail that shouldn't be in there. I actually think that the woman should never be in jail for prostitution. But that's just my way of feeling. I think they're coerced and put into it. But I want to thank you for being on my show today.
You're welcome.
And God love you, honey.
Thank you.
God love you. You are so precious.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Lucy's going to say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. You say bye-bye.
Bye,
Say
Lucy.
bye-bye. Say bye-bye, everybody. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
And you are a terrific little gal, and we're happy you came to see us.
Yay.
Yay.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, honey.